Make some animated fairy lights on Keynote, an idea from Jacob Woolcock. There are 4 steps to this, as you can see, and we're going to start with our first step, adding a photo to Keynote. First, open up Keynote and a new presentation. You're going to choose either basic white or basic black. Once you've opened your presentation, delete the boxes that come on the slide. You do this by pressing on them and pressing delete. And once you've got your blank slide, go to the area I've indicated. I'm going to change the size of the slide. So go to Presentation Options, Presentation Setup, and then at the bottom, Slide Size. You'll choose either 4:3 or square. This will make your photo fit a lot better in the frame. If your screen doesn't look like mine, then check out the 3 dots because you should find the options there. Next, we're going to add a photo. I've already taken one, so click on the photo icon and I'm selecting a picture of my fireplace. You can choose anything in your classroom, you can do a selfie, whatever you fancy putting fairy lights on. We've chosen the photo, we've resized it a bit, and now we're going to go to the paintbrush and we're going to style and reduce the opacity. After that, go to arrange and lock your photo into place. Next, we're going to draw on the fairy lights. So on your slide, go to the photo icon at the top and go to drawing. We're going to select the pen tool and quite a thick line, and then choose a colour that's a dark green for the wire. If you fancy having a different colour, then you certainly can. Then you're going to draw the wire on your image, however you think it will fit best. So it could be a necklace, it could be a crown, or it could be a frame around whatever you've chosen. And then we're going to draw some little light holders, so little squares on the line, and you can do above and below, just to make them look more like fairy lights. If you have an older version of Keynote and you're looking for the drawing option, click on the plus at the top right and it will be one of the options in there. After that, change your pen thickness to the thinnest and you're going to draw the outline of your lights, just like I'm doing. They're not perfect, I'm sure you can spend a little bit more time finessing them, but you get the idea. Next, we're going to use the paint tool, which I'm showing you, and select the colour of your fairy light, and if you tap on the area inside your line, then it will fill it all in nicely. And here's one I've made earlier. Spread it up a little bit. I've added a lot more fairy lights and a lot more colours to mine. You can do whatever you fancy, choose whatever colours you would like to go for. The more fairy lights, then the better effect, I think. Next, we're going to animate the lights. Unlock your original image by pressing the paintbrush and arrange, and then you're going to put the opacity all the way back up again, go to arrange and lock it again. Next, we'll duplicate the slide, so hold on to the slide on the left-hand side and you get a menu to duplicate it, and then you'll have 2 lots of fairy lights. Our next job is to get the drawing tool again, and on your first slide, you're going to turn off half of the lights. We do this by using the paintbrush tool again and use a dark green or a dark colour and tap on every other light to make it a darker colour. And on the next slide, tap on the other lights to make them a darker colour. You'll see how it works in a second. So now if I flick between the 2 slides, you should see half the lights on each of the pictures and we start to get the fairy light effect. The next step is to reduce the opacity of the paint tool. So get the paint tool again and reduce it to about halfway and choose the colour of your fairy light. So I've chosen yellow here. I'm going to draw a line around the outside of my fairy light to make a bit of a glow, and it will fill it in with your fainter colour. If you do this with all of your fairy lights, it makes them appear like they're shining a little bit. Repeat this for all of your colours. If you fancy taking it to the next level, then duplicate your slide 4 times and you could do a different light for each of the slides and turn off the rest. Once you have done this, you can flick between your 2 slides and you'll see what the animation will look like. The hard work is done. The final stage is to save as an animated GIF. The top where it says Presentation 2, you're going to rename your file and call it something sensible. And in this area 2, if you click on that, you'll click on Export and Animated GIF. You get lots of options here. I would choose large For the slide options, make sure both of your slides or all of your slides are included. You can also change the speed of your animation. So for the auto advance, if you want to bring it down, that will make them flick quicker. Once you're ready, press export and your animation will be made. You can share this by saving it as an image and it will go to your photo library. Again, thank you to Jacob Woolcock for the original idea, and he's got lots more ideas on YouTube.